23. Johnson, the ball carrier, brought down at the 23-yard line. And it's third and 55. Check 55.
They go play action. It's Rosen. And it's caught by Parker. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Nothing at all on that one. It'll be second down. They tried to swing it out left into the flat, but the defense, they were very principled there.
It felt very West Coast offense, didn't it? You know their expression, right? On a West Coast offense, when they throw the ball, it's either going to be a touchdown or a check down. Meaning they like to press it downfield. If they don't have it, swing it out, which is exactly what we saw there. But how about the great pursuit and tackle to make a nice play?
Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down. So in Jet territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now Rosen. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that's going to be in. On it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They want to go to the air again with Rosen. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10. Throwing again, it's Rosen. Well, Rosen is stripped to the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
No touchdown there, but if that first drive is any indication, looks like they're going to have a pretty good day passing the football.
I would say confidence would have to be pretty high after that first drive, able to throw it almost at will. You're exactly right. They didn't get the touchdown, but 3 points serves as a nice notice about how this offense is going to move.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
On second down now, it's Bell. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. From the gun on third down, here's Darnold. He finds his target. It's Crowder. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Yannick Ngakoue make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have.
And he's going to go down again. The ex-Iowa Hawkeye Mike Daniels in for the sack.
Brought down back at the 24-yard line.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Letting one go deep for a noon one. He's got him in, complete. They'll get 34 yards there. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for first and 10. The shotgun snap for Darnold. James has got it. Complete. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up second and 3 at the Dolphins' 36-yard line.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. Second and 3.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Now Darnold. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Darnold and the Jets come up third and long following the sack. Third and long, it's Darnold. And Darnold, he lost the football. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Dolphins will start their drive at the 20-yard line. Rosen and the Dolphins now with a first and 10 at the 20. And now it's Rosen looking. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Blowing that play up was Henry Anderson.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's second and 20. Rosen hands off to Johnson. Yeah, nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a third and long situation coming up. Third and long here for Rosen. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
They knew they were going to have great field position, went all out, got a little too aggressive.
And you have to understand your angles. They're cut down when they're that backed up. You've got to be careful going after them.
So a big break. The roughing the kicker called on fourth down leads to first and 10. Johnson on the counter. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down. Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Hey, Will.
Now it's Rosen. That's complete to Robinson. Now Robinson coughs up the football. It's loose. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
So following the fumble recovery, here's Darnold. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
You can feel the anguish all the way up here. It certainly looked like he had that one in the end zone, open, unable to hold on to it.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now a pass taken in by the tight end Herndon. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A good pickup there, a 22. Now that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide.
And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Le'Veon Bell with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Jets have taken the lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Even though they might not find the number 1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick. Because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. We're the team that's going to be a real problem for you. And if they can continue this streak, they could very well be that team and gain that confidence.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Terrell Basham in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join, who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and score. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brian Poole. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
After the interception, here's Darnold. And Darnold, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. There goes Green. And this is brought all the way back. A fumble recovery and taken to the house for a Miami touchdown. Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is taken at the 3. As they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Offense taking over for their next possession. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10. Here's Darnold. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Carl Joseph. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
After the interception, here's Rosen. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl-type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is. Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. And he finds Parker here, complete. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing now, Rosen on first down. Complete to Hilton. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11th. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Running from the gun, Johnson. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
This is caught by Robinson. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. Catanzaro's kick is good. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Terrell Basham has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now this is Hilton on the receiving end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a first down. So in jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Play action here with Rosen. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. first possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
At the 36-yard line.
Darnold off the play fake to Bell. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Yannick Ngakoue in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Trying to improvise. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Able to find a seam for 14 yards, but still now facing a 4th down after the scramble.
Well, it's not going to be a first down, but that's a nice job of picking up yardage on 3rd and long. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you. And in this case, it wasn't enough to pick up the first down.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. To throw is Rosen. He's got it to Hilton. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
He's not going to get me. Check 26, check 26.
From the gun, a run for Johnson. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. 2nd down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. From the shotgun, it's Rosen. Underneath for Johnson. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. Rosen now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Here's Rosen. And the catch made by Hilton. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. The first down carry here for Johnson. Johnson odds poke free. Football's out. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
All I know, partners, that with every play call that came in, there was a little discussion about, hey, we can seal this bad boy. We can really put ourselves in a great spot to take total control, and yet they find a way to cough it up.
And a 2-score game opportunity eludes them, and now a chance for the other side to come back here.
Yeah, that means defense has to go out there and make some plays themselves. So we call sudden change. Let's see if the defense is mentally ready to take care of it.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Now it's Darnold. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to gallop the football, but you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away, and it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return, and it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
On 2nd and 7, Rosen. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Devontae Parker, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Here's Rosen to throw. And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Yannick Ngakoue racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Another try after the first down sack. Darnold looking left side, and he's got a man. That's James. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 27 yards there, a first down. A first down throw, Darnold. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Darnold. Forced out to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Christian Wilkins. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Jet football, but they trail here as we start the 4th quarter. Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack. To throw is Darnold. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 39. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
The throw here caught by Devontae Parker. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Rosen. Over the middle here, it's Hilton. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards, the final tally.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? On first down, Johnson. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
3 yards is the gain that time, 2nd and goal. Throwing again on 2nd down. Rosen. And this is caught by Parker for a Miami touchdown. Devontae Parker, his 2nd TD of the game and 18th of the year. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Extra point good by Catanzaro. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Now a 1st down carry by Bell. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jerome Baker racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And he's got this down to the 35. A Jet 1st down, 18 big yards that time. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
But now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. He was looking for Quincy Enunwa that time, and that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
22. Man, 80. You got it, son. Tight end left, tight end left. 3 down, 3 down. Hey, 280. 3 down, 3 down.
Throwing again is Darnold.
You got it, man.
And that will be incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
And it's caught by Herndon. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they could do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. Darnold to throw again. Stepping up, and it's a touchdown for the Jets.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know.
Doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
This will be fielded at the 6. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
From the 35 on second down, Rosen. That complete to Lamar Miller. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
First down.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Johnson, and some room to work. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Oh, Rosen's going to throw it. He finds Robinson. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 24-yard line. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it with Johnson. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Again, it's Johnson. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen letting one go deep. And this is caught by Parker for a Miami touchdown. Devontae Parker there to make the grab. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I'll guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points from me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over.
On first down, Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Yannick Ngakoue. He's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. So for Miami, a final win here means they'll finish off the regular season at a